The United States is home to some of the most densely populated cities in the world. But did you know that vast portions of the country remain largely empty? Imagine driving for hours without seeing another house or person, just endless highways, rolling plains, towering mountains, or remote forests. Why? What makes some places so empty, while others are packed with people? In this video, we're diving into the 10 emptiest states in the USA, where land stretches far and wide, but people are few and far between. These states have incredibly low population densities, meaning there are very few people per square mile, creating an environment where solitude is the norm. Before starting this video, I kindly request we are making a video for you using lots of effort and research. So please don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel. Let's get started. Number 1, Alaska. Alaska is the largest state in the US, yet it remains one of the most sparsely populated places on Earth. Despite its vast landscapes and breathtaking natural beauty, fewer than 750,000 people call it home. But why is Alaska so empty? First, let's talk about size and population. Alaska covers 663,000 square miles, twice the size of Texas. Yet its population is smaller than that of Columbus, Ohio. With just one person per square mile, Alaska feels like a vast, untouched wilderness. This low population density is largely due to its brutal climate. Winters can drop below -51 degrees Celsius, and daylight hours fluctuate dramatically. Some areas experience 24-hour darkness in winter and nearly endless sunlight in summer. These extremes impact mental health and make daily life difficult. Another major reason Alaska remains sparsely populated is its remoteness. Unlike most U.S. states, Alaska has very few roads connecting its towns and cities. Many communities rely on boats or planes for transportation, making travel expensive and inconvenient. This isolation drives up the cost of living, as most goods must be shipped in from the lower 48 states. Housing isn't cheap either. The median home price is around $325,000, and heating costs are high due to the long, harsh winters. Economically, Alaska relies heavily on oil, fishing, and tourism. While oil revenues have brought wealth in the past, the state's economy is volatile, leading to boom and bust cycles. Job opportunities are limited outside these industries, and while the average salary is around $75,000, high living costs quickly eat into wages. Despite these challenges, Alaska offers some of the most stunning landscapes in the world. From the northern lights to its vast glaciers and national parks, it remains one of the last true wilderness frontiers. It's a paradise for adventurers and nature lovers, but can be tough for those who prefer urban conveniences. So, is Alaska worth living in? It's an incredible place with unique opportunities, but it's not for everyone. Between the extreme weather, isolation, and high expenses, many people find it too challenging. Number 2, Wyoming. Wyoming is the least populated state in the US, but why is it so empty? Despite being the 4th largest state, it has just 580,000 residents, fewer than the city of Milwaukee. With only 6 people per square mile, Wyoming is one of the most sparsely populated areas in the country. First, Wyoming's vast size contributes to its emptiness. Covering nearly 97,000 square miles, it has plenty of open land but very few large cities. Even the capital, Cheyenne, has only 65,000 people. This low population density is partly due to Wyoming's extreme climate. Winters regularly drop below -18 degrees Celsius, with fierce blizzards and high winds making outdoor life difficult. Summers can be hot and dry, reaching over 32 degrees Celsius, yet many homes don't have air conditioning. Wyoming is also one of the windiest states, with gusts strong enough to make daily life challenging. Beyond the weather, Wyoming's isolation plays a major role in keeping its population low. Unlike states with bustling metropolitan areas, Wyoming has minimal urban development. Most towns are small, and public transportation is virtually non-existent, meaning residents must rely on cars. Shopping centers, entertainment options, and restaurants are few and far between, making the state less appealing to those who prefer city conveniences. Economically, Wyoming depends on coal, oil, and natural gas, industries that go through boom and bust cycles, making jobs unstable. Outside of energy, agriculture, and tourism, employment opportunities are limited. While the median household income is around $64,000, wages in many industries are lower than the national average, making it harder to attract new residents. Despite these challenges, Wyoming offers some of the most stunning landscapes in the U.S. Home to Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks, it boasts breathtaking geysers, mountains, and abundant wildlife. It's a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts who love hiking, camping, and skiing, but it may feel too remote for those who enjoy city life. So, is Wyoming worth living in? It offers peace, space, natural beauty, and low crime. But the harsh climate, isolation, and lack of jobs and entertainment are major trade-offs. Would you consider moving to Wyoming, or is it just too empty for you? Number 3. Montana. Montana is called Big Sky Country for a reason. It's vast, wild, and nearly empty. Despite being the fourth largest state in the U.S., with over 147,000 square miles, bigger than Germany, it has just 1.15 million residents. That's only 7 people per square mile. To put it in perspective, if Montana had the same population density as New York City, over 4 billion people could live here. So why is Montana so empty? One of the biggest challenges of living in Montana is the extreme weather. Winters are brutally cold, with temperatures often dropping below minus 29 degrees Celsius. Snowstorms can leave remote areas cut off for weeks. And when summer arrives, wildfires take over, burning thousands of acres every year. These unpredictable conditions make life tough, especially for those in rural areas. Another reason for Montana's low population is its limited job market. The economy relies on agriculture, tourism, and mining. With few career opportunities outside of Billings and Missoula, the median household income is around $60,000, below the national average, making it hard for many people to stay long-term. Without major industries or corporate hubs, many Montanans work seasonal or lower-paying jobs, which discourages population growth. Montana's vast wilderness also means sparse infrastructure. Many areas lack high-speed internet, reliable cell service, and large hospitals. There are no major metropolitan areas, and even the state's biggest city, Billings, only has about 120,000 residents. Public transportation is nearly non-existent, so having a car isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity. Then there's the wildlife. Montana has one of the highest grizzly bear populations in the U.S., with around 1,800 bears roaming the state. Bear encounters are common, and carrying bear spray is a must for anyone hiking or camping in the backcountry. While this untamed nature is a dream for outdoor enthusiasts, it adds to the challenges of daily life. Despite these difficulties, Montana's beauty is undeniable. With Glacier National Park, part of Yellowstone, crystal-clear lakes, and towering mountains, it offers some of the most breathtaking scenery in the country. It's a paradise for nature lovers, but can feel too remote for those who crave city life. Number 4. North Dakota. North Dakota is one of the emptiest states in America, a place where you can drive for miles without seeing another car. Despite its vast land area of 70,000 square miles, bigger than England, it has only about 780,000 residents in 2025. That's just 11 people per square mile, compared to 94 per square mile across the U.S. Even its biggest city, Fargo, has only 130,000 people, making it smaller than many suburbs. But why is North Dakota so empty? One of the biggest reasons for North Dakota's low population is its brutal winters. Temperatures frequently drop to minus 34 degrees Celsius, with blizzards shutting down roads, schools, and businesses for days. Summers are short but can be surprisingly hot, reaching 32 degrees Celsius, and the state is prone to tornadoes. These extreme conditions make North Dakota a tough place to live, especially in rural areas. The state's economy also plays a big role in keeping the population low. It relies heavily on agriculture, especially wheat and sunflowers, and oil production. The oil boom created jobs and drew in workers. But the industry is unpredictable, with boom and bust cycles affecting job stability. The median household income is around $66,000. But outside of energy and farming, job options are limited. Without diverse industries or major corporate hubs, many North Dakotans seek opportunities elsewhere. Another challenge is the lack of urban development. North Dakota has only a few cities: Fargo, Bismarck, and Grand Fork, while the rest of the state is made up of small towns and open plains. Public transportation is almost non-existent, so having a car is essential. Entertainment options are also scarce, with only about 1,000 restaurants in the entire state, compared to over 25,000 in New York City. For many, the isolation and long distances between basic services like hospitals, grocery stores, and schools make North Dakota feel too remote. Despite these challenges, North Dakota does have some hidden perks. It has some of the cleanest air in the U.S., incredibly low crime rates, and a strong sense of community in small towns. The state offers a quiet, peaceful life, making it ideal for those who enjoy solitude and outdoor activities. Number 5. South Dakota. South Dakota, home to Mount Rushmore and vast prairies, remains one of the least populated states in the U.S., despite its vast 77,000 square miles, making it larger than Ireland. With only 920,000 residents in 2025 and a population density of just 11 people per square mile, much of the state remains empty. Even Sioux Falls, the largest city, has just 210,000 people, making it tiny compared to most U.S. metro areas. One of the biggest reasons for South Dakota's low population is its harsh weather. Winters can be brutal, with temperatures plummeting below -29 degrees Celsius, and blizzards shutting down entire towns. Summers, though short, bring 38 degrees Celsius heat, droughts, and wildfires. This extreme climate makes daily life challenging, especially in rural areas. Another factor keeping South Dakota empty is its economy. The state relies heavily on agriculture, especially corn, soybeans, and cattle, as well as tourism, thanks to attractions like Mount Rushmore and the Badlands. However, there are few major industries, meaning limited career opportunities outside of farming and hospitality. While the median household income is around $66,000, salaries are lower than the national average, and most high-paying jobs are concentrated in Sioux Falls or Rapid City, leaving rural areas struggling. Beyond the economy, South Dakota also lacks urban development and entertainment options. Only a handful of cities have more than 20,000 people, and public transportation is nearly non-existent, making a car essential. Shopping centers, nightlife spots, and cultural events are limited. And healthcare access is a challenge in many rural areas. On top of that, population decline is a major issue, as young people often move away for better opportunities, leaving small towns feeling deserted. Many residents must drive long distances for basic needs, like groceries, schools, and hospitals, and internet. And cell service can be spotty in remote areas. However, South Dakota does have its advantages. The state has no state income tax, making it attractive for retirees and those looking to save money. It also boasts incredible natural beauty, with places like Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills, and the Badlands offering stunning landscapes. Additionally, crime rates are low, and many small towns have tight-knit communities. Number 6. Vermont. Vermont, known for its stunning landscapes and charming small towns, remains one of the least populated states in the U.S., with just 650,000 residents in 2025. Despite spanning 9,600 square miles, larger than New Jersey, which has 9 million people, its population density is only 68 people per square mile, making it far emptier than most northeastern states. Even its largest city, Burlington, has just 45,000 people, smaller than many suburbs elsewhere. One major factor behind Vermont's low population is its brutal winters and harsh climate. Temperatures frequently drop below -29 degrees Celsius, and snowfall averages 80+ inches per year, making rural roads impassable for much of the season. Even when summer arrives, weather remains unpredictable. With short growing seasons and sudden temperature shifts, Vermont's economy also poses challenges. While its main industries, agriculture, tourism, and small businesses, support the state, they don't provide many high-paying jobs. Few large corporations operate here, leaving most employment opportunities in retail, healthcare, and education. The median household income is $68,000, but high taxes and expensive housing make it hard to save. Vermont also has one of the highest tax burdens in the U.S., discouraging young professionals from staying. Another issue is Vermont's rural isolation and lack of urban growth. The state has no major highways, with only Interstates 89 and 91 serving as key routes. Public transportation is minimal, making car ownership a necessity. Many areas still struggle with spotty cell service and slow internet limiting remote work opportunities. Entertainment options are also scarce, with nightlife being nearly non-existent in most small towns. Vermont is also facing population decline and an aging demographic. Many young people leave for job opportunities in bigger cities, and the state has one of the oldest populations in the U.S., with a median age over 43. As small towns shrink, schools close, local businesses struggle, and communities become less vibrant. Yet, Vermont has undeniable appeal. Its breathtaking green mountains, hiking trails, and ski resorts attract nature lovers. Crime rates are among the lowest in the country. And the strong sense of community, farm-to-table culture, and relaxed pace of life make it ideal for those seeking peace and quiet. However, for career-driven individuals, the lack of economic opportunity and infrastructure can be a deal-breaker. Number 7. Maine. Maine, the Pine Tree State, is famous for its stunning coastal landscapes, world-class seafood, and historic lighthouses. But despite its beauty, it remains one of the emptiest states in the U.S. With just 1.3 million residents in 2025, it's the least populated state in New England, even though it's larger than the rest of New England combined at 35,000 square miles. Maine's population density is only 43 people per square mile, far lower than Massachusetts, which has over 900 per square mile. Even its biggest city, Portland, has only 68,000 residents, making it feel more like a large town than a true city. A major reason for Maine's sparse population is its harsh climate. Winters here are long and brutal, with temperatures often plunging below -29 degrees Celsius, and some areas receiving over 100 inches of snow per year. Make travel difficult, and summers are short and mild, lasting just a few months before the cold returns. Maine's economy is another major factor. Its key industries, fishing, forestry, tourism, and small businesses, provide jobs, but there are few major corporations or tech hubs. Many jobs are seasonal, with wages below the national average. The median household income is $62,000, and while that may seem decent, high taxes and heating costs make it expensive to live here. Beyond the economy, Maine's isolation is a huge challenge. With over 80% of the state covered in forests, it's the most forested state in the U.S. Many towns are hours apart, with long stretches of empty highways in between. Public transportation is nearly non-existent, so owning a car is a necessity. Many areas lack reliable cell service and high-speed internet, making remote work difficult. Entertainment options are also limited, and most towns shut down early. Maine's aging population further contributes to its low numbers. With a median age of 45, it has the oldest population in the U.S. Many young people leave for job opportunities in Boston, New York, or beyond, causing small towns to shrink, schools to close, and local economies to struggle. Despite these challenges, Maine offers an exceptional quality of life. Number 8. Nebraska. Nebraska, known for its endless cornfields, college football culture, and wide open spaces, remains one of the most sparsely populated states in America. Despite being larger than New England combined, it has just 1.9 million residents in 2025, with a population density of only 25 people per square mile. Most Nebraskans live in Omaha and Lincoln, leaving much of the state nearly empty. A key reason for Nebraska's low population is its vast farmland and rural isolation. Over 90% of the state is dedicated to agriculture, mainly corn and cattle ranches. Many small towns are shrinking, with fewer than 1,000 residents, and some are so remote they don't even have a grocery store. Public transportation is non-existent, meaning residents must own a car to get anywhere. Traveling between cities often means hours of driving through empty highways, making parts of Nebraska feel almost deserted. Another major factor is Nebraska's extreme weather. Summers bring scorching temperatures over 38 degrees Celsius with high humidity, while winters can be brutally cold, dropping to minus 29 degrees Celsius, with frequent blizzards that shut down roads. Nebraska also sits in Tornado Alley, experiencing dozens of tornadoes every year, adding another layer of risk to life in the state. Economically, Nebraska relies heavily on agriculture, manufacturing, and transportation. While these industries sustain the state, there are few large corporations or tech hubs, meaning most jobs are in farming, meatpacking, or logistics. The median household income of $66,000 is close to the U.S. average, but many young people leave for better job opportunities in bigger cities, contributing to population stagnation and town closures. Beyond jobs, Nebraska's lack of urban development and entertainment options is another challenge. Outside of Omaha and Lincoln, nightlife is almost non-existent, and the state has fewer than 1,000 restaurants total, compared to over 25,000 in New York City. Shopping malls, movie theaters, and major events are scarce outside major cities, making it a tough place for those who crave an active social life. However, Nebraska does have its perks. It's one of the most affordable states, with a median home price around $220,000. Crime rates are low, communities are friendly, and the state offers scenic beauty in places like Chimney Rock and the Sandhills. And for sports fans, college football is a way of life. Huskers games are the biggest events in the state. Number 9, New Hampshire. New Hampshire, known for its breathtaking mountains, maple syrup, and rural charm, remains one of the least populated states in the U.S. Despite its small size of 9,300 square miles, it has a population of just 1.4 million in 2025, with more trees than people and vast stretches of forests and mountains. While it has a higher population density than states like Montana or Wyoming, most people live in Manchester and Nashua, leaving much of the state sparsely populated. One of the biggest reasons for New Hampshire's low population is its lack of major cities and economic hubs. Unlike neighboring Massachusetts, which boasts Boston and a thriving tech industry, New Hampshire's economy relies on tourism, manufacturing, and agriculture. The job market is limited, and many young professionals leave for better career opportunities elsewhere. The state's largest cities can't compete with big metro areas, making long commutes to Boston common for those seeking higher-paying jobs. Another challenge is New Hampshire's harsh winters and remote living conditions. The state sees temperatures drop below minus 18 degrees Celsius in the mountains and receives over 100 inches of snowfall per year in some areas. Many towns are isolated, with long drives to the nearest hospital, grocery store, or even gas station. Public transportation is nearly non-existent, meaning owning a car is essential for daily life. Despite being rural and sparsely populated, housing costs are surprisingly high. The median home price is around $450,000, driven up by its proximity to Boston. While there's no state income tax, property taxes are among the highest in the country, making it expensive for homeowners. Additionally, some remote towns struggle with limited internet and phone service, adding to the challenges of modern living. However, New Hampshire's natural beauty and quality of life make it appealing to those who love the outdoors. The White Mountains offer world-class hiking and skiing, and the state is filled with lakes, forests, and charming small towns. It's one of the safest states in the U.S., with low crime rates and a strong sense of community. And for those looking to escape big city life, New Hampshire's lack of sales tax and income tax is a big perk. In the end, New Hampshire is a peaceful, scenic state with plenty to offer, but its rural nature, cold winters, and lack of major job opportunities make it a challenging place to live. Number 10, Nevada. Nevada, known for Las Vegas, flashy casinos, and endless desert landscapes, is one of the emptiest states in the U.S. Despite being the 7th largest state at 110,000 square miles, almost the size of Italy, nearly 90% of its land remains uninhabited. With a population of just 3.2 million, a staggering 75% of residents live in Las Vegas alone, while the rest of the state is made up of vast deserts, small towns, and abandoned ghost towns. But why is Nevada so empty? One of the biggest reasons is its harsh desert climate. Summers in Nevada are brutally hot, often exceeding 43 degrees Celsius, and the state receives very little rainfall, making it the driest state in the U.S. Water scarcity is a growing issue, with the Colorado River and Lake Mead rapidly shrinking, limiting the ability to support more people. While the southern part of the state is mostly desert, northern Nevada experiences harsh winters, with heavy snowfall and sub-zero temperatures in cities like Elko. Another major factor is that nearly 85% of Nevada's land is owned by the federal government. Much of this land is designated for military bases, national parks, and protected areas, leaving very little room for new cities or towns to expand. This lack of available private land makes large-scale development difficult, forcing most of the population to remain concentrated in a few key areas. Beyond Las Vegas and Reno, Nevada's economy is extremely limited. The state heavily depends on tourism and casinos, but outside of these cities, job opportunities are scarce. The few industries that exist, like mining and small-scale agriculture, provide some employment, but they aren't enough to sustain larger populations. As a result, many young people leave rural Nevada for better opportunities elsewhere. Nevada is also home to hundreds of abandoned mining towns, making it the state with more ghost towns than actual towns. Places like Tonopah and Ely still exist, but remain small, surviving mainly on tourism and history. These once booming settlements declined as gold and silver mining dried up, leaving behind eerie remnants of the past. Have you seen these 10 emptiest states in the U.S.? From the icy, remote landscapes of Alaska to the endless open plains of Nebraska. Which of these states surprised you the most? Were you shocked by how few people live in North Dakota or Vermont? Would you ever consider moving to one of these remote states? Or do you prefer city life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video informative, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.